Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, I've seen a lot of budget floor-standing speakers that promise big sound for a small price. The problem is, they usually end up sounding thin, weak, or just plain muddy when you push the volume. They cut corners on drivers, cabinets, and even the crossover design, and it shows once you actually listen. If you're serious about home theater sound but don't want to drop 5 figures on a full system, you need something that actually delivers, without breaking the bank. That's where the Klipsch RP-8060FA comes in. These are Dolby Atmos-enabled floorstanders that pack serious punch without the ridiculous price tag. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So what makes these different from the cheap stuff? First off, the build quality is night and day. These aren't flimsy particle board towers with paper-thin veneers. Klipsch used real wood veneers here, walnut, in this finish, which gives them a solid, premium look and feel. The cabinet is braced internally too, so there's no unwanted vibration when the bass hits. That matters because rattling cabinets ruin immersion fast, especially during action scenes or deep synth scores. Then there's the driver setup. Each tower has a 1-inch titanium tweeter, a 4 aluminum mid-range, and dual 8-spun copper woofers. The copper cones aren't just for looks, they reduce distortion and keep the sound tight even at high volumes. I've played these at moderate levels and they fill a 20 by 15 foot room with clear, detailed sound. Crank them up, and they don't distort like some cheaper towers do. That's a big deal if you like to watch movies late at night and don't want to annoy the neighbors. Now, the real star here is the Dolby Atmos integration. These aren't just regular floorstanders with a fancy name, they are designed to work with height channels. The RP-8060FA has upward-firing drivers that bounce sound off your ceiling to create that immersive 3D audio effect. I set mine up in a 5.1.2 configuration, and the difference is noticeable right away. Helicopters flying overhead sound like they're circling the room, not just coming from the screen. Rain and ambient effects feel like they're coming from above, not just the front. It's not a gimmick, it actually works, and it makes movies and games feel way more real. Another thing I love is the Tractrix horn-loaded tweeter. Klipsch has been using this design for decades, and for good reason. It directs sound toward the listener instead of letting it scatter everywhere. That means better clarity, especially in dialogue-heavy scenes. I've watched everything from dialogue-driven dramas to explosive action films, and the voices always stay crisp and intelligible, even when the explosions are shaking the room. The crossover is tuned well too. It's not too aggressive, not too soft, it just lets each driver do its job without stepping on the others. I've heard some towers where the bass overpowers the mids, or the highs sound harsh. These strike a nice balance. The bass is deep and punchy, but it doesn't boom or distort. If you're pairing these with a subwoofer, which I highly recommend, you get a full, cohesive soundstage without any gaps. Setup is straightforward too. The RP-8060FA comes with magnetic grills, so you can leave them on for protection, or take them off for a cleaner look. They are also rear-ported, which gives you flexibility in placement. I've put them a few inches from the wall with no issues, and the bass still sounds tight. If you're using them as part of a full system, they integrate well with other Klipsch models or even different brands, as long as your receiver supports Atmos. Now, no speaker is perfect, and these have a couple of things to consider. First, they are big. Not just tall, wide too. If you're working with a small room, they might feel a bit overwhelming. Measure your space before buying. Second, while the bass is solid for a floorstander, if you're used to a dedicated subwoofer, you might still want one for the deepest rumbles. These can handle it, but a sub takes the load off and lets the towers focus on mid-range and highs. All in all, though, these are some of the best Atmos-enabled floorstanders you can get for the price. They look great, sound even better, and they'll last for years without needing an upgrade. Whether you're building a home theater from scratch or upgrading an existing setup, the RP-8060FA delivers real performance without the ridiculous markup. If you're ready to step up your sound, check out the Klipsch RP-8060FA on Amazon. The link is below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.